time for News Extra. We're going to send it to you. This is brought to you here today by John Funeral Home. Take it away.
All right, thank you, Steve, and good morning, everyone. Our guests today are Brandy Herron and Nick Haun, and they are with the Next Young Professionals group, and they have a big event coming up tomorrow afternoon and evening downtown that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. So we'll let Brandy talk about it. You guys have a big beer and wine festival downtown.
We do, and thank you for having us today. It's going to be tomorrow at 3 to 6 at 18th and Broadway, just there at the mini park. And we've been planning this for quite a while. It was important for our group to bring an event to Scottsbluff for the summer, something that was new, that could have the potential to be an annual event. So we thought it'd be fun to have a beer and wine tasting.
All right, and the good thing is that tickets are a little bit less if you get them ahead of time, right?
That's correct. Yes, it's $20 today, and you could pick those up at the Spa or Scottsbluff and Gearing Valley Bank branches. And Kelly's Liquor Cabinet has some tickets as well. And tomorrow it's $25 at the gate.
All right, this is 3 to 6 tomorrow, and like you said, down in the mini park area. How did you guys, Nick, get the idea of doing this beer and wine festival? Brandy mentioned that you guys kind of wanted a year-long event.
Yeah, actually, Gary Kelly kind of came to us with the idea of putting an event like this on, and just kind of wanted to have us use our membership, and we'd had some events in conjunction with him in the past that had good turnouts. So he kind of came to us with the idea, and we all thought it'd be a great event for the Valley. And then we actually kind of partnered with Russ Knight and the guys over at Dietrich Distributing to set up some of the beer and the wine and things like that.
Well, you're working with some good people to help you out there, and it does sound like a lot of fun. Talk about your organization. You guys have now kind of grown. I mean, you just started 3 or 4 years ago, and you're becoming a pretty major force in the community now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as Brandy said earlier, we are up to about 200 people on our email list, and hoping to continue to grow. One thing we really want to encourage with this event is it's absolutely not just for the people who are members of our group. We really want everyone from the community to come down and, partake in the festivities, and, hopefully we can even gain some new members from, an event like this as well.
Yeah. So, like you said, you got 200 people, and sounds like a good event. Now, Brandy, you guys, the beer and wine that's going to be available here, this is a true tasting event, because you're going to have lots of varieties of different beers and wine.
Yes, we have 10 different breweries who are coming and 11 wineries. So we're expecting that we have 50 different types of beer and about 30 types of wine.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of these types, and maybe you guys can talk. Like, I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with some of these beers, but some of these other ones, like 17 Ranch and Middle Sister and 7 Deadly Zins, I'm not totally familiar with. Is that a beer or wine, or what is that, Nick? Do you know?
Yeah, those down there at the bottom, the 17 Ranch and the Middle Sister, 7 Deadly Zins, those are all wineries that are licensed to sell in the state of Nebraska. And Gary was really instrumental in putting those together for us. So they're people he's worked with in the past, and stuff that's started to become sort of popular in his store, and he thought would be good to have down at the festival.
Yeah. So people are kind of getting into this. I mean, Co-op's having their beer and wine tasting event tonight, and they've had their liquor store. They've kind of redesigned it for this type of stuff, and you guys are having this, so it's starting to become pretty popular to try different wines and beers, isn't it?
Yeah, and that was kind of our hope with this, especially as far as tasting some things that aren't just completely mainstream. So when you get into the microbrews and things of that nature, some local things and some things that maybe not everyone or the general public knew about.
Yeah. So it looks pretty neat. We'll be back with more after this 30-second break.
Jolla Funeral Home. Jolla Funeral Home help you honor those you love when they've passed. With unmatched service and artistry, our team will help you carry on the legacy of your family members and friends. With over 100 years of experience, we offer professional and personal attention to every detail in the planning process.
Talk
We
about
also
what
offer
it's going to go
advanced
for.
planning as a continuation to our services. That's Jolliffe Funeral Home, our family serving your family for 3 generations.
We are back on News Extra this morning. We have Brandy, Herron, and Nick Haun here with the Next Young Professionals, and they have put on a number of different events over the last 3 or 4 years. I know I went to a comedy show that was probably one of the best comedy shows I think I've ever gone to over at the Midwest a few years ago. He brought in a gentleman from New York, I think it was. He was extremely funny, and so they've done a number of different things. We want to stress, I guess, once again, that this is not just your group that's welcome to this. Everybody is, right?
That's right. We really want to welcome the entire, people from all over the valley to come in and sample these different beers and wines. And we've heard some rumors that this is just for the Next Young Professionals, but it's not. We really want to open this up to everybody.
Okay. And what do you guys kind of do some volunteering with this? Serve some of the beer and wine, or do you let the professionals do that part?
Yeah, we'll actually volunteers from our group, and then outside the group as well. We'll different tasks, whether it be helping pour or with security, checking IDs at the gate, all kinds of things of that nature.
Yeah. So you guys are going to have a pretty busy time then during this 3 hours, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time, though.
And then even afterwards, you have a deal where if there's any leftover beer, that goes to the theater for their showing of Hangover 2, I understand.
Yes, the Midwest Theater is having their brew and view, so we'll take all the beer after our event and have a happy hour from 6 to 7:30, and then the movie will begin at 7:30.
All right, so I imagine some of you guys are going to head over to the theater and watch the movie after we're done, right?
I think we'll probably need a little relaxation after these 3 hours.
I think that's the plan, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to organize some of this. So people are going to ask, where does all the money go for this? And you guys have a local kind of charity. I don't know whether it's a charity, but a local event that you want to provide the money for.
Yes, after every one of our events, we make a donation to a nonprofit, and for this event, we decided that we wanted to support the Downtown Revitalization Project.
Well, that's good. So the money goes to them. It helps them in addition to their grant, and helps maybe the downtown effort. Maybe some more people can revitalize their businesses. In order to be a member of this group, how do folks do that?
You can go to our website, nextyoungprofessionals.com, and there is an application that you can download, and you can turn that in at the chamber office.
Okay, and then you guys meet, regularly?
Our board meets once a month, and then every other month we have a business luncheon where we bring in speakers, and then we have probably 3 or 4 big events a year.
Yeah, I think we usually try to do an event about quarterly, a big event like the wine
Something like
tasting,
this, only this is maybe a little bit bigger than what some of the other ones are, right?
Yeah, hopefully we're anticipating this will be our biggest one yet, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Kind of the plan.
And then, so quarterly, so maybe another event maybe later on in the fall, and then maybe in the winter and so forth. Seems like you guys usually have a couple of big events, one in the summer and maybe one in the winter, right? Isn't that kind of the idea?
Yes, this September we're going to kick off with a golf tournament, and then we usually have a party in the winter.
Yeah, last year we did a Valentine's Day party, and we had a great turnout for it. So, I hope that we'll continue to do that on a yearly basis as well.
Okay, so you got the golf tournament coming up maybe in September, if people might be interested in. So a lot of good things going on for the Next Young Professionals. Once again, it's Saturday, 3 to 6 downtown. Won't be hard to find. You need to be 21. They will have security there. They'll be checking IDs. So you need to be 21 to take advantage of this. It's $20 in advance, and they would like you to buy tickets ahead of time if possible. And again, let's go over some of the places you can get tickets in advance.
At the Spa by TLC, at Valley Bank, the branches in Scottsbluff and Gearing, and at Kelly's Liquor Cabinet.
All right, so those are the places you can get tickets, $20 a piece, and then $25 at the door if you wait till tomorrow to go to the Beer and Wine Festival tomorrow, the next Young Professionals. So thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Back to you, Steve.